Wherever you feel like being. Okay, you're good.
Okay. I gave a great deal of thought to what I wanted to talk to you about. So much so, in fact, that I almost ran out of time to write my thoughts down. I wanted to talk about something inspiring, and then I realized I should really talk about inspiration itself and about believing in what inspires us. I think that there's inspiration in so many things in life, just everyday life. If you have the eyes to see it, the ears to hear it, the mindset to understand it, and most importantly, the heart to believe in it. And we all have these things. Every human being does, but sometimes we forget that. I wanted to tell you about two things I heard recently that changed me, fundamentally. The first was from a woman I did volunteer work with. She's a Catholic nun, Sister June. She runs a home for women who have substance abuse problems and are trying to get off the street. Many of them have babies or young children. We were talking about some of the issues that these women face. Many of them feel paralyzed by their past, what they've done, what they didn't do, the wrongs they've done, and the wrongs done to them. And Sister June said, what you have to realize is that the past is gone. It can never be redone. It can't be changed. So you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself and move on. Now, Sister June is speaking from an absolute faith in God and in God's forgiveness of all things. But whether you believe in God or not, her words are no more or no less true. Simple words, powerful message, the truth. Forgive yourself and move on. And this is really just another way of saying, be kind to yourself. The second thing I heard was from my friend and colleague, Lori. She was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this year. She's self-employed like me, so not being able to work is a serious hardship for her. Friends and colleagues helped as much as they could with funds for food, mortgage, medication, things like that. But how much can people do for you when you're contemplating your very mortality? Many people would understandably lose hope, feel self-pity, be bitter even. But Lori told me, Lori told me that what she learned from her experience is that people are good. People are good. If this woman who was, for all she knew, going to die, learned from this experience that people are good, then I believe her. I believe in her message. So cultivate your eyes, your ears, your mind, and your heart to grab inspiration with both hands and hold on to these jewels of wisdom and hope that throw themselves in your path every day. Believe in them because they're true. Yay! That was really hard.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you.
It's funny because when I would practice what I had written by myself, I was fine. But when I would practice it, I practiced it a couple of times in front of Colby, I would cry. And that's, I think, going to be one of my biggest challenges in being a speaker is to try to keep that emotion in check.
I'm not sure that's a bad thing. When I heard Stephen Lewis speak, who is one of the best speakers I've ever heard, especially about issues and about the cause of AIDS in Africa, he was talking at one point about women and how the hardship